Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो धारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Yoga Shastra, according to Patanjali, is based on the foundation of Sankhya Shastra. Sankhya is the basics and yoga is the application. Like from laboratory to the land, all research is done in the laboratory and it is applied in the field. Similarly, the basics of yoga are based on the Sankhya Shastra. Now, what does Sankhya Shastra tells? It tells that the Jiva Jagat Ishvara, Jiva, the individual soul, Jagat, this world, and Ishvara, the creator of this world. These three are separate from each other. And further, they say that there is one soul per body. It is on the foundation of this, the whole Yoga Shastra is developed. And therefore, the first thing that we have to come to recognize our personality. The problem is not in the world. See? Out of these three components, Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. Jagat is the world. World has no problem. There are 5 elements. Where is the problem? They don't fight with each other. The fire says, I am fed up of becoming hot. Now I want to be cold. No. There is no problem in the world. There is no problem with the Ishvara also. He is happy. See? Problem is with the Jiva. Therefore, sadhana is done neither by the world nor by the Ishvara. Sadhana we have to do. Then the question comes, this Jiva, what sadhana he should do? So then the personality is analyzed. Jiva is the one who is inhabiting in the body. So the body is a house where the Dehi, the embodied, is called as the Jiva. It is here the difference between yoga and Vedanta comes. According to yoga, there is one soul per body. According to Vedanta Shastra, there is one reality expressing through all the bodies. This is the meaning. Very important thing to know. So we take according to yoga how it can help us to discover the divine that we are. So like the GPS, we start our journey from where we are and we have a destination to reach. 2 points are required. So first of all, we have to know ourselves. Where are we? So we are lost in this world. Second place, we are lost in ourselves. And therefore, Patanjali Maharshi has told the 8 limbs of yoga. Be very attentive. Limbs belong to the body. So the body is yoga and the limbs are the appendages. Like the body I am, hands and legs are my appendages. In the same manner. What is yoga? See? So yoga is Trayam Ekatra Sanyamaha. When we are no more influenced by the time, space, and object, we have helped ourselves to grow spiritually. And therefore, what are the steps we have to go through? The first is the Yama Sadhana. See? Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi, and Sanyama. These are the 8 limbs, and Sanyama is the yoga, the body. See? So, first, how this yoga helps us realizing our divine nature? The first step, according to yoga, is which is normally bypassed by the yoga students. First step is Yama Sadhana. Yama is, in simple words, Yama is, we are not a problem for the world and we don't take the world as a problem for us. First step. See? When I take the world as a problem, what will be my approach? To improve the world. All those who have come to improve the world, they were destroyed. The world is as it is. And therefore, it is said that these 5 steps should be practiced by the student of yoga. If they don't practice it, they bypass it, then they are never successful. See? I was in BITS Pilani. I was going for my talk on the first floor. So there are about 25 steps. So as a simple way, I was going step by step. There was some student who was coming behind me. He wanted to go before me. So he, being a young student, he jumped, bypassing 2-3 steps. First, first, fourth, seventh, like that. And when he was bypassing, he missed 1 step and he came down again back. Whenever you want shortcuts in life, you are cut short. There are no shortcuts on the spiritual path. See? I tell you how we do the shortcuts. This is just an example. Normally, I eat 8 chapatis. After eating 8 chapati, I feel now my stomach is full. So one day I thought, why wait for the 8 chapati to eat? So I kept the 8 chapatis in front of me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When I'll eat this chapati, my stomach will be full. Very good. So why not eat the 8 chapati first? Stomach will be full. But it didn't happen. Exactly the same way we do on our spiritual path in yoga. First is Yama. Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Aparigraha, Brahmacharya. These 5 principles, to make it short, is Bhagavad Gita, 12th chapter. Yasmanno dvijate lokaha, lokanno dvijate chayaha, harsha bhayodvegaihi, muktaha yassacha me priyaha. He who is not a problem for the world, and he who doesn't take world as a problem, he is on the right track. First step. Now if we look within ourselves, all the time our attention is only on the world. See? And then we keep on asking questions. Why God has created this world? Just to trouble you. No other purpose. See? The world has been always like this. There is nothing new has ever happened in this world. Nothing new. In Satyayug, there was Hiranyakashapu, Hiranyaksha, Asuras. In Treta Yug, there was Ravana, Kumbhakarna, and all Rakshasas. Then in the Dwapar Yug, there was the Duryodhana, Dushasana, Kamsa. In Kali Yug, we are all there. What is new in this world? This world has always been like this. Don't get lost in this world. Two things we attempt and suffer. The two things are, we want to make somebody happy. Never do that. God has failed to make us happy. And that me, the miserable, want to make others happy. Why we should not try to make others happy? We belong to democracy, is it not? Everybody has a right to be miserable. Tathastha. Don't get lost. See, I have done so much for him. Who asked you? Nobody asked. See? And what is our good to others? Our good to others is, I want to impose my views on others. See? For example, I am a teetotaler. Teetotaler means he who takes only tea without milk and sugar. Teetotaler. So what will be my social service? Nobody should drink. Why? Let him drink. Why you worry? If I am student of Bhagavad Gita, what is my social work? Everybody should study Bhagavad Gita. Why? See, friends, we simply want to extend our views and impose them on others. And therefore we suffer in life. Then love, accept the world as it is. You know why God doesn't listen to our prayers? He is fed up of us. If it is summer, we keep, oh God, it is too hot. Oh God, it is too hot. I don't know why it is so hot. God says, okay, I'll give some rains. Then the rains come. It is cool. But it is too much raining, every time. Okay, Baba, I'll stop the rains. Then the winter comes. Now it is good. Again, after 2 days, it is too cold, too cold. We have been non-stop complaining. And therefore, he doesn't listen to any of our complaint. We are a mobile complaint boxes. Therefore, Yama sadhana is living at 0 complaint level. Our Mahamantra is there. We have complained about everything in this world. First, yoga sadhana. No complaints. Then comes niyam sadhana. Niyama is, we are a problem for ourselves. See? And therefore, if the world is a problem for me, I can go away from here to some other place. But if I am a problem to myself, where will I go? Wherever I go, there I am. See? There is a person who called me from Canada. I was in India at that time. He said, Swamiji, I want to go to Himalayas and take sannyas and realize the truth. Theoretical, reading somewhere. I said, why you come all the way? Be wherever you are and be happy, that's all. No. I want to come there and get a guru and then do sadhana and go to Himalayas. So, my question is, Swamiji, where the guru is available? So I asked him, what is your budget? We have got budget gurus also. And then I'll go to Himalayas and do there. See, problem is not in the world. Problem is we are the problem. But we want to improve the world. We want to change the world. Change yourself. Our complaint is like this. One of my NRI from USA, he was driving me between Mumbai and Pune. Those days express highway was not there. So we have to go through the national highway. And naturally in India, as you know, cows come, buffaloes come, people come, and you have to go through that. So when he was driving, he said, Swamiji, what is that? I said, these are buffaloes. Why they are here? I said, don't ask me, I am not a buffalo, ask them. Why these animals are on the road? I said, my dear, you have a driving license or the buffaloes have a walking license? You have a license. Your ability should be better, not complaining about the traffic. If you are walking the path of yoga, you should improve, not the world. And what is the improvement? Improvement. We are not a problem for ourselves. Bhagavad Gita, Atmaiva Atmano Bandhu, Atmaiva Ripuratmanaha. We are our enemy and we are our friend. Under what condition? When our mind is controlling us, then our mind is our enemy. But when we are able to control our mind, then our mind is our asset. See, friends, therefore, Niyam sadhana is first is Shaucha. Why I am explaining it more? Because this is more important. Shaucha, external cleanliness and inner pure intentions in life. If your intentions are pure, the whole world will cooperate with you. Our intentions are corrupt, we will get kicks in this world. Purity, extremely important aspect of yoga sadhana. Shaucha. Then comes santosha, contentment. We only say, Jehi bidhi rakhe ram, tehi bidhi rahiye. No, we should mean that. And therefore, what is the technique our Mahamantra gives? Jo tari rahe so mari rahe. Marwadi bano. O Lord, thy will be done. Not mine, not mine. See? You will be content. We don't want to change anything in this world. We like the world as it is. But we want to change others. And therefore we suffer. Content. Patanjali says, Santoshad anuttam sukhalabha. Contentment leads to unparalleled bliss. Shaucha santosha. Then tapas. Tapas, don't go and torturing your body. See, standing on one leg. I was in China. There was one Yogi Maharaj. He must have been 104 years. So I also went there to see. So he was standing on one leg and one leg behind his neck. I don't know what for. And then hands up there and clapping. You know what you want to prove? See? Yogasanas are not a performance on the stage. But this is what you will see everywhere, the same thing. Tapas is only two principles. Number one, discover independence. See? How much we are dependent on every small little thing. Mahabharatkar says, Sarvam paravasham dukkham, sarvam atmavasham sukham, etad vidyat samasena, lakshanam sukha dukkhayoho. All dependence is misery. Independence is happiness. Don't be dependent on anything or being. See? That is tapas. And the second thing is self-confidence. What is self-confidence? How will it develop? We decide, we hear, okay, we should do Ekadashi. Good. You decide and announce that I am going to observe Ekadashi from this Ekadashi onwards. This happened actually somewhere. So, when Ekadashi came, on the 10th day itself, my friend took a lot of food. And then he said, Swamiji, I told, but now I can't observe, I'm feeling, what should I do? What should I do? I said, I'll give you a technique, but don't tell my name. The technique is, do you know there are two Ekadashis? You tell at people at home, I will do second Ekadashi, not first, and daba. What we lack in life is self-confidence. We can achieve anything if we are confident. No means no. Have that courage. And how this we fail in life. We listen to satsang, we get spiritual influenza. Next day morning, I'll get up at 4 o'clock. Next day morning, eat 4 o'clock also. Sleep is also over. But then your mind comes to your help. Now I am 75. In my whole life, I never got up early. Now what is going to happen? These Babajis have got nothing else to do. They tell, do this, do that, and therefore forget about it. Again we go to sleep. And again, as usual, we wake up at 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and then we regret. Today also I could not do. I think I am good for nothing. Really, you are good for nothing. A person who cannot leave bed in the morning before sunrise, in the next life, they become Katmal. Katmal, you know? Bed bugs. This is said in Katmal Mahapuran. It is said there. Hey, friends, have confidence. Why not? We can. We should. We must. So, tapas. So, shaucha, santosha, tapas. Then, swadhyaya. You may forget, may do, may not do anything, doesn't matter. Never compromise with listening to satsang twice a day. Your day must begin with satsang. Today we are so fortunate to have satsang as you want on YouTube free. See? Because all the problems are because of wrong thinking. Correct your thinking. Problems cannot be solved. Problems are dissolved. What we try to do is to solve the problems. Problems you can solve if they exist. They have to be dissolved. And then we come to know all problems are because of wrong thinking. Wrong thinking, be attentive. Wrong thinking cannot be improved by not thinking. Patanjali says, Chittavritti Nirodha. Why? Don't get lost in that. See, wrong thinking has to be corrected by right understanding. You know the difference between yoga and Vedanta is this. Yoga tells us to replace our notion. Earlier, I was getting up very late. Now I get up early. Earlier, I could not sit for 10 minutes. Now I can sit for 1 hour. So we are only replacing the notions. Earlier, I was a non-vegetarian. Now I am a vegetarian. That is not spiritual life. Wrong notions are removed without creating new notions. Because the problem is, we want freedom not for I. Freedom from I. See? This is exactly what happens in life. And this I, from whom we want freedom, he doesn't exist. See how important it is. And therefore, the Swadhyaya will correct our understanding about ourselves. So, Swadhyaya, regular study of scriptures, listening to Vedanta Shastra again and again, again and again, all wrong notions will be removed, and thereafter we will lead a non-notional life. We all have notions about ourselves. Holier than thou. I am not like others, eating non-veg every day. We eat only alternate days. Holier than thou. Hey friends, then the second aspect of the Swadhyaya is, be attentive. Before we take up any job, What is the quality of our mind? Are we inspired or not? This is the first instruction Bhagavan Krishna gave to Arjuna. Klaibhyam masma gamapartha nai tatvai upapadyate kshudram hridaya daurbalyam tyakto tishta parantapa. Arjun, if you want to do anything in life, begin in an inspired mode. Not, अरे बाप रे अब फिर शुरू करना पड़ेगा. You are going the wrong way. Every moment must be inspired. An inspired person is never tired. An inspiration is a catalytic agent. It enhances the process, but doesn't get lost in the process. The ordinary husband, inspired husband. He will be happy in spite of his wife. Inspired husband. Ordinary child, inspired child. Inspiration is the very foundation of yoga. See, Klaibhyam asmagama partha. So, these two things, Swadhyaya, study, listening to scriptures every day, and also that we must remain inspired before we take up any job. During the job, inspiration should not go down. And after the job is done, you are still relaxed. Quality of our mind before, during, and afterwards remains unaltered. That is what is called the Swadhyaya. And the fifth one is Ishvara Pranidhanani Niyama. Ishvara Pranidhan, bring an element of the divine grace in our life. Otherwise, the I becomes very strong. I. See? He is such a strong I that they open an account in the ICICI bank. No I. So this is Yama Niyama. Only these two steps are practiced day-to-day life. We have no entry in the third step. Third step is asana. And what is asana? Sthira sukham. Not sthira shariram. Sthira sukham. Steadily happy, happily steady. Sukham is happiness. Sthira sukham. Remain ever cheerful and happy. See? But unfortunately, this part is bypassed and we'll spend all our time in twisting the body. What is required is straightening the mind. How important it is. Sthirasukham asanam. And how it can be achieved? Immediately, Bhagavan Patanjali Maharshi tells, Prayatna Shaithilya Ananda Samapatti Bhyam. Prayatna Shaithilya, never try to prove anything to anybody in this world. Be yourself. Whenever we struggle to prove something to somebody, we do not know to whom we want to prove what and who cares for us. When these three things are done, then comes pratyahar. In the pratyahar, effortless withdrawal from the worldly objects. Meaning what? Be attentive. Eyes are seeing the colors and forms, but we are not leaving the eyes. Be very attentive. How do we leave the eyes? When I am looking at you all, I am seeing colors and forms. If I leave my eyes and go away in the colors and forms, what will happen? I will have many choices. Green color, yellow color, red color, blue color. And I get influenced by those colors and forms. I have left my eyes and got lost in the worldly objects. Pratyahara means all the faculties are functional, but they are not influencing us. Ahara means to eat. Pratyahara means not to eat. So perception of the world is not the problem. When perception is followed by projection, see, a young boy, frustrated one, goes to a temple and there is standing before Bhagwan, Hanumanji. Why can't I get married? Asking Hanumanji. Hanumanji is smiling. Yaar, if I can give you, I would have got married myself. And that very moment, another girl comes there and she rings the bell. Tan. Ah, I think there is a message for me from Hanumanji. And he looks, oh, she has come the same time. I think there is some purpose behind it. And thereafter, the mind starts making pakodas. See, friends, this is how the mind gets involved in the world through the sense organs. See the world, but don't get influenced by the world. Pratyahar. See? And in between is pranayam, which I bypass. Pranayam is meant for what? I'll tell you simplest thing. If you can catch this point, it will help you a lot. I am not telling you mechanics, I am telling you the principle. You must have done in earlier days, we used to take the postal stamp and make it sanctified by putting on our tongue. And then paste it on the envelope for posting it. And when you want to post it, you want to just check it. Oh God, it is the wrong envelope. Then if you peel it off, it will be torn. So what we used to do, we'll give a jala samadhi. That envelope is put in the water. So the glue is dissolved and you can peel off without tearing the stamp. Exactly the same way. Be very attentive. Mind and the body, they are held together by the glue of prana. When the prana goes out and forgets to come back, then mind and body are separated. Be attentive. Pranayama is meant for keeping the body and the mind separated without death. When the mind is holding the body, the hold on the body will influence the thinking process of the mind. Suppose I take this phone in my hand. You all must have done it on the airport. You have to write something, the phone is always in the hand. You don't want to leave it somewhere, the rest you will forget. So we keep the phone in the hand and then also keep the pen in our hand and start writing. Our hold on this phone will influence our handwriting, is it not? In the same manner, when our mind is holding on to the body and then start thinking, it will have influence of the body identification in the process of thinking. And therefore, pranayama is meant for separate your mind from the body and don't think in relation to body, think in relation to the reality. Be very attentive. I am miserable. Who is this I who is miserable? Tell something about you. I am so and so. I am an officer. I am a subordinate. I had done business, and then I got 3 children, and I am married. But who is miserable? Actually, my wife doesn't listen to me. Okay, that means husband is miserable. Very good. Now, is the husband reality? See? show the man separated from the husband. In USA only it happened many years before. Probably in LA it happened. We are having some yoga group. So I went there for giving talks. And one lady, local white lady, she came and she gave me her card. So I read it, very good, and kept it in the pocket. The card was, what was her name, I don't remember, Yoga Under Tree. So she told me, do you do yoga? Yes, I do. What is the yoga you teach? I said, I teach yoga on the tree. Under on the tree. See? Then she asked, you Indians, ladies have got a .com here on the forehead. What is the meaning? I said, meaning is, now your chance is gone. She is already hooked. You can't try on her. Oh, she is married? Yes, she is married. But then the gents don't have anything on their forehead. I said, not required. Why? You can see from the face. A married person has got a, blow or a glow on the face. Can we separate the man from the husband? Where is the husband? Who is miserable? Husband is miserable. The day you will recognize this principle, then you will understand my Mahamantra, Karnataka. Don't become serious in any relationship. In simple words, in India we have got Sukha Kachra, Gila Kachra. You know that? Dry garbage and wet garbage. All possessions are dry garbage. All relations are wet garbage. Garbage is meant for throwing away. And who is miserable? These non-existing entities are miserable. See, in Germany, many years before this was asked, Swamiji, kindly tell, you should have come to my life 25 years before. She attended one of my retreat. I said, so what? No, you should have come in my life 25 years before. I said, even then I would not have married you. No, not for that purpose. Then I would not have divorced 3 times. Now I realize it was my mistake that I could not accommodate myself. Everything I wanted my way. It is not possible. Now I am regretting. I said, no, 4th time you do like that, okay? Then I said, now I'll ask you a question. Question was, when you got married for the first time, you were W1 and your husband was H1. W1, H1 couple. Then you separated. Second time, W2, H2. Third time, W3, H3. Now, there is no W. Another question is W1 equal to W2 equal to W3 equal to what? Where the 3 wives have gone? They have gone nowhere. They never existed. The day you recognize this principle, you have learned yoga. Therefore, in the earlier lecture I told you, remain as nobody. How to remain as nobody? Play the role. We all have to play roles in life. All the problems of our life are solved by one word. That one word is, life is Rama Leela or Krishna Leela. Ram Leela means what? Everything appears to be happening, but nothing is happening. Like ours is a Satsanga Leela, as if you are listening. See, one boy asked me this question, Swami, you keep on running around the world, give talks, but people don't change. Don't you feel bad about it? I said, I am not mad to feel bad about it. I don't want them to change. They should continue suffering. Then my market is maintained. Where God could not change anybody, can my lecture change anybody? Then why you are giving lecture? Time pass. Living at zero expectation level is living in meditation. See, friends, can you imagine a great yogi has gone into depression? Kya? See, I am teaching yoga, but nobody comes. No. See? Therefore, pranayama is meant for separate your mind from the body and then play the game of life. So, yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, pratyahar, 5 things we have done. So, yama, niyama, asana, pranayam is called a bahiranga sadhana, external discipline. Then the world enters in us through our faculties, sense organs. Pratyahar, that we have closed. Now the word cannot go inside. But we should not sleep. Then we have to start now working on the mind. So what is working on the mind? Normally we only complain about the mind. Working on the mind is, first of all, define what is the disturbed mind. So the mind, disturbed mind is that mind which runs in time, space and object. Arrest the running of the mind in these 3 areas. For that, dharana, dhyan, samadhi, these are the 3 inner disciplines. So fix the mind in one place. Don't do it outside. Like in one technique is in Yoga Shastra, that Trataka, never practice Trataka. That will destroy you. Then fix your mind in one place, and one place is your own spiritual heart. Don't go away from there. Hold on here. Deshataha is dharana. Then, in that one place in your heart, hold on to one object. For example, Bhagavan Sri Krishna. But not a statue, but a Chaitanya Vigraha. Bhagavan Krishna is there. And third, for a longer period of time. So, dharana deshataha, dhyana vastutaha, and samadhi kalataha. So, dharana, dhyan, samadhi, these 3 things will arrest the running of the mind in desha, kala, vastu, and therefore hold on the mind in your heart in a relaxed manner. And when this is perfected 100% at your free will, that is called as Sayyama. Sayyama is the yoga. And such a Sayyamit Mana, then all the dormant siddhis start surfacing. Siddhis don't come from outside. They are all dormant in us. There was one lady in one of the International Yoga Conference. She was from USA. After the conference, she said, I wanted to discuss with you about the mind. I am writing a book, but I had to catch my flight. I'll go and call you back. I said, all right. She called me and she said, I am writing book. I want some input on this. A mind according to Western and according to your Indian way of understanding. I said, I'll summarize it in 2 sentences. Western approach to mind is the unhealthy aspect of the mind. Yoga approach of the mind is the infinite potentialities which are dormant in every mind, how to invoke that infinite potentiality. This is our approach. Close. That's it. When Trayam Ekatra Sayyamaha, when the mind is 100% controlled, then, like one example, when we do the Sayyama, let us take on esophagus. See? Kantakupe. When we do Sayyama on the Kantakupa esophagus, then hunger and thirst is conquered. But then Patanjali says, these are all obstacles. on the path of spiritual evolution. Because when we have some powers which average people do not have, we want to show it off, is it not? Even a useless thing like a folded phone. The other day I was in India going to Ahmedabad from Bombay for my talk. Normally I sit in the front seat. So next to me there was another person came, nicely dressed, and the moment he came, after sitting, what he could do? He took out the phone stand and then took out his this folding phone, kept it there, and started watching. Can anybody, after getting into the flight, start watching that? So he expected I will ask him, and I like playing fool with the people. I looked at him, but I didn't ask. He wanted me to ask, but I didn't ask. Then I said, hey, what is this? You are carrying the computer with you? No, you don't know. This is the latest. A small little dumb thing we have, we want to exhibit to the world. If you have got to see this, will you keep quiet? See, friends, आए थे हरि भजन को ओटन लगे कपास. We have come on the spiritual path and we get lost only in these things. Therefore, the third pada of Patanjali Yoga Darshan, this Vibhuti pada, normally that we bypass. And one may get attracted, attached to that. There are so many siddhis. Therefore, friends, this whole practice is at the level of upadhi. Now we go to the next step according to yoga. Man expressing through the limitations of the wife is called as husband. So if you have to define a husband, can you define husband without reference to man and the wife? You cannot. Can we define the reflection in the mirror without reference to our face and the mirror and the reflection? So if we want to define a reflection, what are the components involved in the reflection? 3 components. Our face, mirror and the reflection. Now out of these 3, which is the real one? When the mirror is removed, what will happen to that reflection? Will it go along with the mirror? No. Will it be lost? No. Where it has gone? So when mirror and reflection have disappeared, will our face disappear? See? And who is miserable? Reflection in the mirror is miserable. So man, wife is a mirror, and reflection of the man in the wife as a husband is a reflection. Now who is miserable? The woman, the wife is not miserable, the man is not miserable. It is the reflection, the husband is miserable. Now what sadhana the husband has to do? Don't take wife seriously. That's it. Then what to do? Play your role. But then we want, she should understand me. In Coimbatore probably, one of my friend, he was driving me and his wife sitting behind and I was next to him. It was very hot. So he stopped near some small shop below a tree. He told his wife, and not educated, simple wife, he said, go and get some water for Swamiji, it is very hot here. So she went, duk, and got one bottle, and it was normal water. He became angry. Biyakuf, thanda pani liya. Get cold water. She went and got cold. And she started, Swamiji, he always amuses me. He calls me Biyakuf every time. You are a fool, you are a fool. I said, Amma, I agree with him. You also call me fool. I said, yes. Why? I said, had you been wise, you will never marry this fool. Ah, then she was happy. Now tell me who is miserable? The wife who doesn't exist is miserable. And his dumb husband wants to improve the wife. Can you improve the reflection in the mirror? Be attentive. Therefore, be attentive. Jiva, according to yoga, is one per body. But according to Vedanta, Jiva is only a process of explanation. It is not the reality. Any fool getting married to another fool. Tomorrow is 31st or 1st. Today is the fool's day. See? Isn't it? We are in the fool's day, isn't it? So, any fool getting married to another fool is called as husband or wife, is it not? When the two fools get married, how there can be a wise? Only fools will come out. But these fools take themselves to be so seriously and make their life miserable. Therefore, one person came and asked me this question. Swamiji, I am so fed up of my wife, I don't know what I should do. I said, forget about her divorce, get married to other one. Swamiji, I cannot. I said, then suffer. Do you know why I cannot? I said, I am not interested in you. Don't get married to suffer. How does it matter for me? No, she is earning and I am not earning. I said, then suffer. See, be very attentive. I told him, my friend, reply my question. Husband is a common noun or a proper noun? It's a common noun, isn't it? So every husband is miserable. What is new about you? Really? I said, yes. Then he was happy. Chalo sab mere de sahi hai. Friends, yoga tells, take life lightly. Don't become serious. We all have to play our roles. See, this principle I discovered. One girl came in Mumbai and they had some function in their house. So her mother told, you go, you cannot come before the function is over, come after 10 o'clock at night. So she said, some fight with the mother. So mother said, go and ask Swamiji. So she came to me. And then she said, Swamiji, Mummy has asked me to talk to you. I said, what is the problem? You know I am divorced. I said, yes, I know that. Have you come to propose me or what? No. Then, after divorce, will the girl become vidva or not? Vidva means widow. After divorce, the girl becomes widow or not? I said, I have studied all the scriptures. Nowhere there is an answer to this question. Because when she is divorced, she is no more a wife. So how can she die or be alive? So who is miserable? These non-existing entities are miserable. How can you improve the reflection in the water? How simple it is. But what happens? We are asking questions. Why? Because the sky is too high. Then we are told, you know, why you are suffering because of your wife? In the last life, you have tortured her. And therefore, she was doing the Karwa Chauth. And therefore, she will not leave you. In the next 7 lives, she will be your wife. Oh God, then what should I do? Now behave properly with her. So, there is a chance next life she will not be your wife, okay? Now put these two things together. You will stop complaining about her and you start behaving properly with her. There will be peace at home. See? But what we have to understand as the seeker of truth, in the last life we were there, but this body was not there. In this body we are there. When this body dies, in the next life we will be there. What should be the understanding? Are we born and dying? No. We are a continuous, unbroken existence. This is where yoga differs from Vedanta. Before coming to Houston, I was in Dallas. Before Dallas, I was in Washington, D.C. Before that, I was in London. Before that, I was in Mumbai. Before that, I was in Coimbatore. Before that, I was in Tirundamalai. So when I left Tirundamalai dead for me. I am still there. Then I was born in Coimbatore. Left Coimbatore, Coimbatore died. I am still there. Then I was born in Mumbai. I left Mumbai, Mumbai died. I am still there. On Tuesday, I'll be leaving your Houston. This will be dead for me. Where did I die? Where is the Jiva? But all the time, this has gone so deep in our head. Last life, this life, next life. So punya, papa, dharma, are Ram, 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 Ram. Come out of that rubbish. But who can achieve this? He who is no more a victim of his mind and wrong thinking. Therefore, yoga helps us in controlling the instrument of thinking called as the mind. And Vedanta teaches us how to think. See, friends, unless we are clear about these two things, we will be only struggling in the whole life. See, my friends, our satsanga, I have always compared them in a different way. There are 4 places where the people come together. One is the free Bollywood dance invitation. Maximum crowd, free. Second is the hospitals. Third is the temples. And fourth is the gym. Now in the first place, Hollywood free dance, maximum temples, people. Bhogi. They want to indulge and enjoy. Second place, hospitals. We never get invitation from the hospital. We ourselves go. They are rogi. The third one, go to the temple. Never for the God, but for fulfillment of our desires. Kami. So, bhogi, rogi, kami. Key places, crowds. Fourth is a gym. How many facilities are provided? 1 month free. Get your guest. Fresh towels you will get. You can pay in installments. But please come. Nobody goes there. And who goes to the gym? Those who are healthy and want to maintain their health. Our satsanga is like a gym. If you imagine, Swami ji, I have done so much, Bhagwan ka itna kiya, kya mila? Kisko mila? Friends, spiritual evolution or divine experience is freedom from desires. Is it not our experience? In deep sleep, because we are nobody, because we are nowhere, therefore there is no desire. It is for this purpose yoga abhyasa is done. Otherwise, whole life we spend only at the periphery of our personality. See, friends, imagine, I have got 4 children. Topmost, eldest one is doing postdoctoral research. The second one is in master's level. The third one is in class 10 or 9. Fourth one is in KG1, KG2. So when I introduce them, do I mean that the child who is in the KG1 is the inferior? He is at that level. He will grow. Exactly the same way. We start from the world, periphery, yama sadhana, niyam sadhana, then asana, then pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. Now we are made our instrument sharp, ready to operate. Operate on whom? Who am I? We know what I am. We don't know who am I. Spiritual journey is from what to who. And therefore, both these things, control over the instruments, is achieved through yoga. But that sharpened instrument must be used for inquiry. And then that inquiry will lead us to the who I am from what I think I am. This is how the spiritual journey is. Rest left to you. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om